Hello, this is Phoebe from Phoebe and Night team. How are you guys doing today? So I'm going to talk about the different kinds of eviction and your right as a renter in Ontario. For eviction, your landlord must give you a written notice using the form from Landlord and Tenant Board. Landlord and Tenant Board is an independent tribunal with the authority to resolve residential tenancy disputes in Ontario. Now, you still don't have to move out after you receive the eviction notice from your landlord. You have the right to go to a hearing and explain why you should not be evicted. If you are wrongfully evicted, your landlord faces a maximum fine of $50,000 for an individual landlord and $250,000 for a corporation under the new law. Now, let's talk about the different types of eviction. First, eviction for personal use. If your landlord wants to evict you for personal use, for a family member or selling the property and the purchaser wants to occupy the unit, the law says that landlord must give you the equivalent of 1 month's rent before you move or offer you another unit. The second one is renovation. Renovation is when your landlord is evicting you because they want to 1. Renovate, 2. Demolish, 3. Convert or repair. A landlord in quote shall compensate a tenant in an amount equal to 3 months' rent or offer the tenant another rental unit acceptable to the tenant if A. The tenant received notice of termination of the tenancy for the purpose of demolition or conversion to another residential use. B. The residential complex in which the rental unit is located contains at least 5 residential units. And C. In the case of a demolition, it was not ordered to be carried out under the authority of any other act. The law stated that they must give you the right of refusal to move back into the unit following the repair or renovation. And in turn, you must notify the landlord in writing before you leave that you want them to offer you the unit upon completion. Now, the good news is that under the new rule, if your landlord fails to provide you a right of first refusal, you have 2 years to file a claim with the Landlord and Tenant Board for compensation rather than 1 year. The last one on my list is bad faith eviction. The landlord must have honest intentions to use the rental unit for the purpose stated on the eviction notice. The landlord must act in good faith when evicting a tenant for reasons that are not the tenant's fault. If the board determines that a landlord has given a notice of termination in bad faith, they may make an order requiring the landlord to pay 1. The former tenant the last month rent charged, 2. Pay up to 12 months rent for the former tenant in their new unit. Yes. 3. Pay up to 12 months of the last rent charged to the former tenant. And 4. Pay reasonable out-of-pocket moving, storage, and other expenses that the former tenant incurred or will incur. I hope this will help our renters and our newcomers to Canada. If you need more information on this topic, please visit ontario.ca, renting and your rights.